Hi, I'm Rachel, and welcome to Cookies and Tea with me. Um, I want to speak on mothers and daughters relationship. Is my topic for the night, and my story, and my deliverance, my guidance is not to harm anyone, to point fingers at anyone. However, accountability is due, you know, but it's not to be malicious to anyone, it's to help, And sometimes nowadays we need the butt ugly truth. We need that. That's what we need. The truth. Like, no sugarcoating. And I'm not sugarcoating anything with nobody. I will watch and be mindful of how I say it, but I'm gonna say it, if that makes sense. So with mothers and daughters, I've noticed that there is a lot of moms that are very much broken, very much unhealed, and very much unpleased with themselves. And it's getting to the point where it shows. You have so many mothers and daughters, like it says in Revelation, how they turn on each other. Like, you have so much of that nowadays. And then everybody's wondering why this teen is pregnant, or why she is lusting over guys, or just doing whatever for attention. It done been times where, as a child, as a mother, you was once a child, and everything that you couldn't stand that was happening in your home or happening around you, unfortunately, you're doing it to your kid. Everything that you wanted, a hug, a kiss, to say I'm proud of you, to be acknowledged, your child wants that. And they're not getting it. And so they're finding it in other sources: cell phones, videos, games, texting, boys, girls. They doing so much just to get your attention. And there's a lot of times whereas a broken child will grow up and not necessarily resent their mom, but, so to speak, get the hell away from their mama. It's mothers out here that do the seen and unseen things, and I'm speaking from physical realms to spirit realms. Like, you have a lot of females that are very much tapped. We're not gonna just discard that, like that's not it, because it is it. Like, and y'all are cursing y'all children. Y'all are cursing their wombs. Y'all are cursing their life, because I feel like God lets you know if you have a chosen child or not. It's up to you whether you want to ignore your intuitions on it or not. But he tells you, he shows you that you have a special child, and all the little bunch that you had. You about was the special child in your bunch with your siblings. And when it comes to females, I understand that females have been very much disrespectful. I understand that, you can't tell them nothing, but what about when you could? What did you do? Did you get them out your face? You know what I'm saying? Did you buy them stuff just to dismiss it? And then once they get up in age, you can't talk to them. They don't want to talk. What you want to talk to me for now? I feel like it's really critical right now, because at the end of the day, these children are our future. And who the hell gonna wipe our ass? when we get old, if our children don't do it, somebody else's child has to do it. Like CNA work, stuff like that. Like, ain't nobody doing that. It probably won't even be nursing homes. You know, like, no. Who's teaching these babies? Who are teaching them? It's our responsibility to teach them responsibility. When they come in a room to speak, to mind their manners with please and thank you. Yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, sir, no, sir. It's so many children that, yeah. What? It's so many children that does that. And then you be like, excuse me? I'm quick, excuse me? Yes, what? You say, yes, ma'am. You know what I'm saying? And you can't get mad at these kids because there ain't nobody showing them. So how could you hold them accountable for something that they never even was taught? They really know how to watch their siblings, cook noodles, and stay in the house. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, this ain't the same time and era where our mamas left us home because she had to go to work. And in the midst of her going to work, we wanted to go outside. We wasn't to answer no phones. We was to be quiet at home, mind our business, and wait on our mama to get home. And if she got home late, we would need to wash, do our homework, and get in the bed. No, you don't have that nowadays. Why? Because electronics. I really feel like electronics damper our culture. It really threw a monkey wrench in our culture because understand that these are portals. These are portals. So everything you watch is a reaction. It's always a reaction to an action. My action is just looking at the phone. The reaction is to still look in the phone, and you look up and 2 hours done passed by. And you looking at nonsense. But I'm here to change that. Like, we got to change that. I don't care if I have to go outside and meet with these babies and love on these babies and even love on the mothers who want to change, who want to heal. Because there's a lot of mothers who have not healed. They're not healed from narcissist behavior of their parents or others. Cheating or whatever, man took them through whatever. You know, not even a comfortable pregnancy, let alone carrying a child. You know, I feel like a lot of times nobody take postpartum serious. Or how do a person really feel sitting in a hospital room with a newborn baby and the daddy won't even show up. So it's things that triggers. Don't get it twisted. It's things that triggers moms, but at the end of the day, you're not making it no better if you're not going to heal from it. You got to heal from it. And it takes sometimes to heal with your children because your children is the one who had to grow up with you. Like, hear me out. Like, it's time to do something different. All this music and all this irrelevant stuff that's going on has nothing to do with your mental. What is it doing for you? What is it doing for your child? Is it bettering y'all? Is it bettering your situation? You know what I'm saying? Like, take accountability though. You know, we ain't all perfect. We're not perfect at all. You know what I'm saying? But it comes a time and a place where somebody got to address the issue. I'm here to address the issue. And I'm also here to make a solution, a resurrection. You know, let's start. Let's make the first step. You know, if I make 10 steps, are you going to make 10? Shit, just make 11 and I take 20. You know what I'm saying? It starts with a single step. However, these babies are suffering. And I really want y'all to understand that what you going through while you're pregnant, your child has to deal with that. Despite what anybody tell you, because God is real, Jesus is too. But he also have archangels. He have spirit guides. You have your ancestors. You have all this. You have all this. It ain't just, God ain't just working with himself. He most definitely had a universe right beside him. However, everything that you went through as you carried your baby, you know, the heartache and pain, or even the happy times, your baby endures that. And as your baby grows in your womb, once you have your baby, the things that you smoked, you drank, you cursed, you went out, you did things that wasn't of nurturing, nesting, the kid is left with that emotional detachment that you have to heal. You have to go and apologize and lay your cricket layer straight. Like, you gotta do that. Like, nobody else can do that. That's not nobody else, job. That's your job. You have to do that. And I ain't saying like, oh, this is easy. You know what I'm saying? It's not easy at all. It's not easy at all. But you have to acknowledge it. You have to address it. You have to take accountability for it. Because if you don't, then it's going to hurt you. And it's going to show through your kids. And at the end of the day, you could call them all kind of bastards and MFs and everything but the child of God. But baby, God will let you see it. And one day you're going to get older. And you ain't going to be able to do the things you do. And you're going to wonder why your kids don't pick up the phone. It's going to hurt you to your heart. Make it right. Just make it right. Like, it's now. It's now or never. We coming up on a whole new year. For the people that know, they know. We coming up on a whole new year, baby. And a lot of things have changed. These planets don't align with each other. Like, all this, we going back to the days, like, it's facts. You're going to have some teaching, some skills, something. Some type of knowledge, wisdom, understanding, some type of growth, some type of, you can't just total around all this heartache and pain and think you're going to keep succeeding to the next level. It's not going to work like that. And it's a lot of women has cursed their wombs. A lot of mothers have cursed their daughters' wombs. It gets deep. But only you know what you did. It ain't for me to call it out. Because I'll be naming stuff all day. I'm a walking testimony, baby. So, I got the time. But it ain't for me to point fingers at you. It's just for me to acknowledge you, hug you, have grace with you, but teach you, show you. And then walk in your true, authentic self. Because can't nobody take that away from you. So, I just feel like with these babies, these girls, I went to a Black History program and, for me to see the little steppers on the stage, it took me back to my childhood. It took me so back to my childhood. And I love the fact that my kid goes to a school where whoever children is involved, the parents are active. They are very much active. I love it. I love to walk in the gym and see us. I love it. I love to see these beautiful brown babies and these beautiful, all babies up there, done score high on tests and just well smart. But I hate the fact that my baby comes home and tell me how bad the bullying is, how bad the disruption in class is, how bad kids curse, how bad the kids hit him or hit others, or just being bullies, being malicious. But they ain't getting all that from nobody but home and what they're around. And I'm not talking to the ones who children doesn't do this. I'm not talking to the ones who this shoe doesn't fit. If you know, you know. Like I said, I'm not here to call judgment on none of y'all. God the judger. You know, I'm just the mediator, the peacemaker. But judge you, I'm not judging you at all. I don't have that to do. But these teachers are tired. They are tired. Like, they are tired. It's very much tired. And as I sat in a parent-teachers conference with my child, matter of fact, I'm going to tell you certain things that my child said that had me puzzled. So, Jamario is my 8-year-old who is autistic. I put him in IEP classes, which is slow learning disability classes, which gives him help. I put him in those classes because I learned from another female, from a friend of mine, who told me that she put her child in it all the way up into the 5th grade, which was very much understandable because she didn't want him to get basically to middle school and didn't know what was going on. So I took her up on that. And one thing about me, help me help you. You know, if you're gonna do this, be this person in my child life, like, it's gonna start with home, but I'm gonna also help you, you know, while in school. You know, I'm a person of bearing gifts. That's just how I am. You know, however, you know, I sat down with my teacher, with son teachers, and it was heartbreaking. So Jamario tells me that he's stressed out. I don't use the word stress at all. How can an 8-year-old tell you that he's stressed out? Then he states that he has a great school, great teachers, but there's too many bullies in the class and in school. I asked them, how can we fix the problem? My kid gets bullied by 3 girls. And at first I thought, you know, they just like you, Jay. Like, no. It was none of that. Like, I had to approach them at a award ceremony. Hey, your name's such and such? Well, you know, I'm Jamario's mother. What do y'all have going on? What's the problem? You know, he's telling me you're calling him all kind of malicious names. Like, what is the problem? And then she says, oh, that wasn't me. That was my friend. I'm like, no, baby, I know who he said. You know, and at this point, like, he bragged on you last year saying y'all was the best friends. And now this year you turn on him. My baby cried about that. So as a mother that literally went through the bullying, I went through it. See, I was labeled a bully because I spoke up. Wasn't because I was around here hitting on nobody. And anybody could tell you that. They ain't like me because my mouth. It wasn't because I was around here. I was the ones taking up for the special needs. Like, period. Like, I was the ones who, you know what I'm saying? Like, bullying, no. I wasn't never a bullier. But you ain't fit to keep poking me until I say ouch. Now, I'm going to keep letting you ride. But now that I raise my voice, I'm ready to cuss you out. You know, and I'm ready to fight. Now I'm labeled the bully. Make it make sense. Like, I ain't around here torturing you. Like, you know, you doing it to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? But that's no here or there. I asked him, why wouldn't he tell the teachers what was going on? And my son told me, because he didn't want to be labeled a snitch. What third grader know about snitching? Like, and then is that snitching? They still walking around. They ain't like, yo, doing nothing to no snitch. Like, your people got 20 years. And the dude that snitched on him still walking around, you know, unbothered. Oh, mama, snitches get stitches. What stitches? Like, so I say, you know, it's okay to tell for your own good. Because I hate to have to come to school and you done turn to Incredible Hulk. I teach my children not to hit girls. That's just not what we do. We don't hit girls. However, if a girl keep hitting my child, I expect him to knock us out. I'm just being honest. Because if I was around here poking on somebody else's son, I'm expected to get my behind slapped. You get what I'm saying? So, we had this conversation. And it was more like, dang, my light went out already. Oh. And it was more like, yeah, my light went out. But make a long story short, you know, we resolved the issues, and she was saying, like, you know, what they all was saying, like, you know, I really just wish we had parents like you. Like, they're gonna take a credibility for their kid. Like, you know, y'all mothers feel like your kid's supposed to go to school and the teacher's supposed to teach them everything. Like, because you at work. So what? These your kids, bro. Like, that's here nor there. But what I'm saying is, we got to do better as parents, as mothers, because they falling on us. That ain't these people problems. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna end this story here. You're welcome to like, comment, share, subscribe. I would love to hear your feedback. I will touch bases on the topic. You know, I got plenty more topics to come. But peace and love.